All right, who is he looking like a grizzly? It is none other than your professor, Dr. Jace K. Austin. And welcome to, I believe, week number 9. Let's make sure. Yes, that is right. Week number 9 of your 7314 class, which is Reference Sources and Services, or whatever the course title is. It's your reference class. That's how we are going to remember this. And I am actually going to keep the check-in video pretty brief today because there are some things that I need to bring to your attention collectively as a class, and we are just going to get into that right now. So the first thing that I need to say is that, and I am almost done, I'm not quite done, but I am almost done with grading the reference interaction reports that you all did as your first writing assignment, not including the unassignment that you all did, the first actual paper that you turned in. And there are a few things that I need to address. The first thing that I need to address is, okay, you all are in grad school now. So I'm just going to say in no uncertain terms that when you are in grad school, you do need, when you are, I'm sorry about that if y'all heard that. When you are in grad school, you just need to know that when you are doing essay style papers, it's pretty much safe to assume that what you need to do is be building off of the scholarship or the ideas or the information of other sources and materials, again, unless otherwise stated. So that means that you will have to incorporate sources into your essay style papers, and you will need to have reference lists if you are doing APA or whatever bibliography is called for other for other citation styles that you may use in other courses. So having said that, it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but there were a number of you who just did not, in this first paper, incorporate previous sources, previous readings. For the most part, all you had to incorporate was what you found in the textbook. But even then, I had some papers that came back that just did not incorporate any sources. And that's where you're getting your themes and your prior information from, folks. And that when it came to themes, that was part of the rubric. So I was expecting use of outside sources, and the overwhelming majority of you did do that. But there were enough of you who didn't that I was a little caught off guard. And so just remember, again, you're in grad school, so you need to get in the habit of doing that. Okay? Okay. So also the prompt did say for that paper to use APA formatting, so APA style and APA formatting. So when I say that, naturally what I'm saying is that you are going to be citing if you are being told to use a certain citation style. So that's the first thing. The second thing is we do need to look at some of the capitalization issues related to you all using APA style in your references list. And there were a number of you who did not do, actually, again, it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but there were a number of you who did not do the capitalization properly. And so I'm just going to go over some quick basics with the capitalization and the italics, because I can't say that word correctly, but the italics use for your works cited in APA, which is really your references. You wouldn't say works cited or bibliography in APA, you say references. But let's go ahead and take a look. So let's go over here to Google, and we are going to do APA 7 Purdue OWL. Yes. And so this is what I want you all to look at and be mindful of. And I'm also going to put an attachment with this check-in video for you all. So, and that attachment will be related to the capitalization rules of APA 7. So if you come over to the Purdue OWL, here's what I want you all to notice. We go to APA formatting and style. Let's go to goodness. Let's go to in text, and we'll do books, and then we'll do some other things too. But let's start out with books. What I want you all to notice is this. So as you can see, and this goes, I understand why people made this mistake, because this goes against what you've been doing with the English language since you were in elementary school, but you have to be aware of what's up. So if you come over here, what you're going to see is, and you even kind of get this right here. You see title of work, and then you get a colon, and then you get capital letter also for subtitle. And then a book title is here for a sample citation, and it's Alexander the Great, A Life and Legend. And as you can see, whereas in normal English, if you were doing a book title, life and legend would be capitalized, but you can see that they are lowercase here. Now, Alexander the Great, great is capitalized because great is part of the proper noun for Alexander the Great. But just a general rule of thumb is that when you are doing book titles in APA for your reference list, not for your in-text citation, that's different, but for your reference list, when you are doing your reference list and doing book titles, with a few exceptions, the only words that will be capitalized. Ugh, I have been up too long. The only words that you would begin a capital letter with, that's how we're going to do this now, capitalized, will be the first word of the title, the first word of the subtitle, and then proper nouns. And so Alexander the Great, the G does count as a proper noun because it's Alexander the Great. It's almost as if his name was Alexander Hamilton, then of course you would capitalize Alexander and Hamilton. So if Alexander the Great, you would have Alexander the still remains lowercase, but great would also be capitalized. Okay? And so you're going to have to get used to that because really, if once you all go into professional practice, you are probably more than likely going to need to have at least a basic understanding of these various citation styles. And there's a lot of nuance in them, and especially when you're talking about casing and those sorts of things and punctuation. I'm also trying to get you all to train your brains for your organization of information or your cataloging classes, because those are also very detail-oriented classes, okay? Now, similar rules come into play. So again, you see, by the way, another, just scrolling down, you see another similar citation here. And as you can see, just the first word of the title is capitalized, and not these other words. So you've got that, and then same thing going on if you have an article in a periodical. Okay. And this takes a little discipline and a little while to get used to. It really does. But what happens is when you have this going on, as you can see right here, for the title of the actual periodical itself, yes, you will capitalize all of these words except for minor words like of and the and those sorts of things. But all of the words are capitalized like you see here. And then when you are doing the article title, that's when, again, you go back into these nuances of sentence casing. And so you would, again, go to a format wherein you would capitalize the first letter of the title, the first letter of the the first letter of the word of the title, the first letter of the word of the, I've been up too long. I'm sorry, y'all. It's 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm recording this, and I've been up since 7 the previous morning, so I apologize. You will capitalize the first word of the title, the first word of the subtitle, and then proper nouns. All right. So you've got this going on, the eclipse of listening. And as you can see here, Eclipse and Listening are not capitalized. But New Criterion, the journal title, is fully capitalized. And again, I'm going to have an attachment with this. Also, some of you did also miss the italics. So you will italicize the title of the periodical as well as the volume number, but not necessarily the issue number. Or actually not the issue number at all, not necessarily. And when it comes to books, yes, you will italicize your book title. Okay? So those things need to be kept in mind. And so, yeah, just be very, very careful about the nuances of these citation styles because they all have a lot of nuance to them. And if you need some help, I would suggest contacting the Writing Lab because they are there to assist you, and they do remote services if you're a remote student, so you don't have to be in Columbia to use their services. With that said, let's keep this under 12 minutes, and I will see you all next week. I am Dr. Jace Carey Mace, because things are going to get dangerous in a few weeks. All right, stay safe.